Welcome back. We are still at the Be Bold Show, where we hope to inspire all of you with stories from young entrepreneurs that are trying to make it, who have also already made it, and see how their stories can empower us and help us to build opportunities for leadership and development.
Exactly. It's all about really showcasing what's out there so that you can, one, be inspired, two, if you're not inspired, at least help those that are trying to do something, and just be bold.
Yeah, be bold. It is now time to walk a mile in somebody's shoes, and today we're going to be looking at a day in the life of a lawyer. And this lawyer, she's a corporate lawyer. She is working hard. She's working in Ghana. She studied abroad. And we're just going to see what it means to be a lawyer, how you become a lawyer, what you can do as a lawyer, and see how she gets to work her magic.
You just told me that you just became a lawyer. What was the process like for you?
Well, it's basically just going to school, working hard, writing your exams, and then passing, and then being called to the bar. And when it comes, like, in relation to the schooling, it's tough. It's challenging. It's a lot to take in. The hours are a little difficult, and the workload is it's a little difficult. But if you are determined, it should be fine. It should be fine.
So it's been what, 7 years of studying, or how many years?
It's been 6 years of studying. Yes, 6 years of studying. And then you have, after your studies, you have a compulsory 6 months of pupillage. That's like a practical attachment. And then, you are fully fledged. Yeah.
What made you decide? What was the deciding factor for you to become a lawyer?
Well, for me, I would say that it was just evaluating what my strengths were. I know, like, of course, there are some people who have like aha moments, and then they're like, oh, maybe they saw a TV show and they saw someone dressed really well, and they're like, I want to be that person. I wasn't really like that for me. Like, when I finished secondary school, at that point you have to decide what course you want to do for undergrad. That's if you're going to the university. And I looked through the available courses of the schools I was choosing to go to. I looked at the courses, I looked at my strengths, what I thought would be best for me, and then I chose law because I thought that played more to my strengths than other courses, yes.
Are you like highly argumentative? Is that why you decided?
Well, you see, that's the mistake people make. They think like, lawyers are these loud, obnoxious people, and they're always really like going to throw themselves into a fight, but that's not really it. I think I'm good at logical, reasoning, critical thinking, which is, good. If you're going to want to succeed in the practice, then that's like an essential quality. Yes, and I'm a hard worker, and it requires hard work, dedication, and I thought I had these things, so I thought I'd do that.
Now, Esi, I'd love to know where you studied and what kind of courses you had to take to get to where you are today.
Okay, I did my undergrad at Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, KNUST. And, in the course of my undergrad, it's basically theoretical law. So you learn about contracts, you learn about human rights, you learn about our customary law, like the law that pertains to our traditional systems. You learn about land law, like you learn the theory, basically what's important to know, like, and then when you do the professional law, that's when you learn the procedure of law, like what it takes to actually go to court, what documents you need to file, how to draft those documents.
Why did you decide to stay in Ghana to practice law, or even study it in the first place?
Well, the choice to stay in Ghana wasn't even really a choice. This is where my family is. This is where I've grown up. This is where I'm most comfortable. I've been outside the country, but it doesn't feel like home. It doesn't feel like I belong anywhere else the way it feels when I'm here. So it wasn't even a decision I made that I would, stay in Ghana as opposed to going out. It hasn't been a question in my mind. This is where I want to be. Yeah.
I guess that's really all it takes. If you decide this is your home and this is where you want to be, you just stay and that's it. Yeah, and you made that decision, and we're very happy you did. So, AC, tell me your day-to-day activities. What's your day like when you wake up in the morning? Just take us through it.
Well, when I wake up in the morning, I would, get ready for work. And when I get to work, the first thing I would do is look through my diary, make sure that what I think I'm doing for the day is actually correct. And then, organize myself. Usually I would go to court in the mornings, and court sits at 9, from 9 o'clock going. So I'd organize myself, make sure I'm in court, and then spend a few hours there. And then I'll come back to the office and then get some paperwork done. If there's some drafting that needs to be done, I would do that. If there's giving of opinion, like you have to give your legal opinion, I would do that as well. I would meet with, people involved in cases that I'm doing. And that's basically how my day is like. Yes, okay, that's just I guess I'm giving a simple arc of the day, but then with each step, there's stuff I need to do to make sure that everything is successful. So I need to read through my briefs. I need to make sure that I'm actually going to quote the correct law and that I'm applying the correct law. Yeah, so basically.
So a lot of looking at, do you refer back to your books a lot?
It would depend, because if you keep doing the same sort of area, like you could be familiar with certain, sections or certain case law, and you don't have to be looking at them every day to remind yourself. You could have your short notes just for quick reference but yes, you have to make sure though periodically that you're not giving, something that's out of date.
What type of lawyer are you then?
What type of lawyer?
Criminal lawyer, corporate lawyer. I know there's a lot of maybe adoption lawyer, immigration lawyer. What do you have a specialization?
Yes, I would say that I work mostly with criminal law, human rights, constitutional issues. Yes.
Yeah. So when you go to court also, what's your attire generally? I mean, currently you look like a lawyer. When I saw you, I was like, yes, that is a female lawyer. But what is your attire? Is it just about I know sometimes also you have a wig that you have to wear. Do you have to go through all of that?
Well, yes. The requirement is a dark suit, and then you're supposed to have for the guys, they're supposed to have on a white shirt. And then, I don't know, but we have the bib, which is the white strip of fabric that you see lawyers wear, the typical lawyer, yes. And for women, it's the same thing, just that we don't call our neck piece a bib, we call it a collarette. So you have your dark suits, you have your collarette or your bib on. And then, depending on the court you're going to, you have to robe, you have to wear your court robes. And then, depending on what kind of case you're going to go to, what kind of case you're doing, you would wear your wig. So for criminal issues, usually you'd wear your wig. Yes, or in a something that's quite weighty, you'd wear your wig to show how important it is.
What's your favorite part?
Well, there's nothing like standing on your feet and making an argument. It's quite a rush. For me anyway, that's the part of the job that I most enjoy. Making arguments that I believe in. Because if I believe in my case, I'll go all out for you. Yeah. And that's my favorite part.
What is some of the challenges that you face in the industry, being a lawyer, especially a young lawyer and a woman at that too? What kind of challenges do you face?
Well, I don't think I would be fair to say that the challenges I face are over and above the challenges that everyone faces, every young woman just starting out in a profession would face. Whether you're a woman or a man and you're starting out in a career, you have to prove yourself, because you are recognized by the work you do. Your work has to speak for itself. So it's basically just doing your work, making sure you're dedicated to what you're doing and you're doing the right thing. You are taking advice from people who have been in the profession longer than you, and making sure that you're keeping your nose clean and getting on with the work.
Before we were talking a little bit, and you talked to me about how people see you differently now that you are a lawyer, or the way they relate to you. Can you share that with us?
Well, yes, I was saying that, being a lawyer is kind of a big deal. Because the mere because the mere fact that you're a lawyer, like, someone is going to put their trust in you in a situation where normally they wouldn't. I mean, look at me. How old am I? You know, you don't expect someone to come and confide their problems to me. You don't expect someone to come and ask me for advice. Like, what should they do about something that is important to them? You know, about decisions they should make in their lives. Like, who am I to make that decision normally? But just because I have, you know, a tag or I have a profession, they impose that trust to me, and they expect that what I tell them is correct, and they act on it.
So Esi, where do you see yourself in the future? Let's say 5 years from now, and then, you know, even down the long run, where do you see yourself?
Profession-wise, I'm doing what I love to do, and I hope to be able to continue it for as long as I can. So if in 5 years' time you check up on me and I'm, you know, still practicing, everything is good, that would be my dream.
How do you feel when you lose a court case?
Well, you know, it's one thing to put your personal emotions into a court case. It's work you're doing. That's one. So in as much as you should believe in your work, you shouldn't be personally invested. You make your arguments to the best of your ability to the judge. The other person makes their arguments to the best of their ability to the judge. It's for the judge to decide. In the end, the fact that you've made your case doesn't mean you should win. It's a balance of who is right at a time. So if I do lose a case, I just chalk it up to experience. I'll find out why it was that I lost. Maybe I made, you know, a wrong evaluation of the facts that I had, or yeah, maybe I just didn't do my homework well. I don't know, but just to learn from that situation is what I would do. But I wouldn't be, you know, so torn up about it and be weeping and, you know, yeah, I've lost the case, the world is ending. No, it's not like that. I'm not personally invested in the cases yet.
So what advice do you have for young people who hope to do the same sort of profession that you're doing now?
Well, don't let anyone tell you can't. That's one. And then two, you can't underestimate hard work. Just work hard. It doesn't take that much out of your life to work hard. There are some things that, I mean, if you're in the process of learning, or if you're in the process of getting a qualification, there are some things that are not necessary. Like, you weigh your balance, how to use your time. If it's a choice between working hard, applying yourself to your studies, and anything else, I mean, buying family emergencies or whatever, then make the choice to work hard.
So you've heard it from Esi on a day in the life of a lawyer, everything she goes through, her challenges, and what it really takes to be a lawyer here in Ghana. It looks like she's enjoying it. So I hope you've learned something from her and that you are inspired. That was very interesting. A day in a life. I don't think I've even experienced it like that. But you know what's funny? I have a confession. Once upon a time, I wanted to be a lawyer.
Are you serious?
Yes. You know this, Sarah.
It's true. Okay, I was pretending like I didn't know. Can we please talk about why you wanted to be a lawyer? Because I think this was a good story. Are you going to tell?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, Crystal wanted to be the next president of Ghana, which, you know, she can still do.
One day.
But we found out that in order to be a president, you need to have studied some form of law, and therefore she decided, I am going to be a lawyer, I'm going to study law. And then the best part is where she realized, it takes a little bit longer than maybe the 4 generic years that you'd usually do to study.
Actually, on another note, it wasn't exactly just because of the years. People used to say that I kind of have this, because I like to argue a lot, you know this. And so they're like, you know, yeah, you could be a lawyer. Lawyer would suit you. You know how people always say that. So I'm like, you know, maybe I'll just be a lawyer one day. And then, yes, the years didn't help matters. And yeah, so that whole dream kind of went out the window. And yeah, but it was very interesting seeing how it really happens and
what she does and why she decided to come back and do it here, because she could have stayed where she was studying before. So.
All right, well, guys, I hope you've learned a lot today. We looked at skincare, people who are making money out of that. We've looked at jewelry products. We have now looked at a lawyer. All very inspirational people that have, you know, turned their passion into making money. That's really what they've done. As usual, you can go onto our website, www.thebeboldshow.com, powered by Dream Oval, and send us people that you know that are bold, that we can also tell their story. Also send us, put comments. We have so many different articles on there. Our editor's note is out there. We have different articles from different people all over. In fact, if you want to write an article for us, send it to us. You know, if you feel it fits what we're talking about, inspiring people, write that article and let's publish it.
Yeah, and we want to thank our sponsors. We have Accents and Arts for our beautiful furniture. We have Christy Brown, who always does our gorgeous outfits. Yes. And don't forget that Joanso Jewelry is now available in her store. We have Capture Your Memory Bank for all the pictures. Woimex, Headline Salon for our hair. We have Rochelle Thompson, who does all our hair and makeup on set. And next week, please tune in, because for all you movie buffs out there, you do not want to miss what is going to happen. We will be following a day in the life of
an actor.
We're not going to tell you who. We'll let you know then.
And guys, don't forget that the 999th person to like our page is going to get that beautiful hamper from Lane Organic. So make sure you get onto Facebook and you like our page. Until next week, guys, be bold!